Stand by for a start. Last of the features for the 2-year-olds here at Ascot this season. They stand. Set to go. Off and racing, Ruthless Angel just walked out of the machine and missed it by 2 to 3 lengths. First to get going, Run Rupert Run. Away quickly, Clear Approval, Wolf Whistles L. Beatty flew the gates. He's up there, fourth, ideally placed just after the start. On the inside of it then, Vinny Nay, and a fire of Gidgee Coles is going to settle and track Beatty as they go by the 1,000. They're followed by Lady Talk getting back into the field. Back with it as well here, running down the riverside, Jedi Dream with a few behind her. Street Monarch, Consignment, last of all, Ruthless Angel. Run Rupert Run at the 700 here in the size, leads the way from the roughie. Wolf Whistles L, Clear Approval travels third. Then Beatty up there, the favourite fourth. Down on the inside, Vinny Nay. Fiore's going to follow Pikes every move here with a fire of Gidgee Coles. A length and a half away, Lady Talk and Jedi Dream. Street Monarch further back in the field. Consignment, Ruthless Angel whips them all in. By the 400 they head. Run Rupert Run making all haste for the judge, led by a length and a half. Clear Approval got to second. Wolf Whistles L immediately coming under pressure. Beatty lets down now and collars them in the twinkling of an eye, and a fire of Gidgee Coles is in pursuit, but Beatty races clear by 2. A fire of Gidgee Coles. Lady Talk runs on. Beatty lets down though. It's Beatty far too good. Beatty, Redemption in the size, turns the tables on a fire of Gidgee Coles. Lady Talk third home. Jedi Dream fourth. In behind those, next of all, Vinny Nay. Followed further back, Clear Approval. Street Monarch, Ruthless Angel got past a few tired ones after missing the start. They included Consignment, Wolf Whistles L, and the pacemaker Run Rupert Run folded up to run last in the size. Number 2, Beatty, ridden by Willie Pike, has turned the tables on a fire of Gidgee Coles here after their memorable clash in the Karrakatta Plate. But Beatty today landing in front of a fire of Gidgee Coles. Fiore followed Pike's every move, but Beatty was just simply too good this afternoon and has won by a clear margin in 123.75. Number 2, Beatty, the winner from One a Fire of Gidgee Coles. Third goes the way of 11, Lady Talk, and fourth is number 10, Jedi Dream. 2, 1, 11, 10 they are. A length and a half, 3/4 the margins. The winner by Gingerbread Man from Fermet, owned by Wally Daly. Now the winner of 4 of his 5 starts. He's been a wonderful 2-year-old this season. Of course, the winner of the Crystal Slipper, the Perth Stakes, luckless after missing the start in the Karrakatta, and now takes out the size, finishing off in 35.98. Defeating a fire of Gidgee Coles. The colt by 2 Darn Hot out of Kaiguna, raced by Shane Stafford, prepared by Danny Morton, ridden by Lucy Fiore, and 11, Lady Talk, the stablemate of a fire of Gidgee Coles. Clint Johnston Porter aboard by Rommel from Shan Talk. And Jedi Dream was fourth home. So the top 2 in the market run 1-2 in the feature this afternoon. Willie Pike in the saddle. And Willie's last winner coming back in 2013 on Camperella, ironically trained by Dan Morton, who prepares the runner-up in the size this afternoon. We come to the last race for the day, the City of Belmont Handicap over 1400. 13 Superfluous is the scratching, as we now join Lockie Taylor. He's down in the winners' enclosure with Jake Casey, and a real sense of redemption in the size this afternoon, Lock.
That it is, Darren. Thank you very much as Jake Casey joins me now. Jake, take us back to this time 2 weeks ago when things didn't go to plan in the Karrakatta Plate. What was that drive home like? What was the overarching feeling?
Yeah, it was a little bit quiet, but yeah, then things happen, and I was just glad he could redeem himself today.
You compare the way that the race played out here this afternoon. He was back to his honest and professional best.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was a pretty easy watch. Willie gave him a great ride as usual, and yeah, once he peeled out, he had a lot in hand, and he let down, and he won well.
He burst onto the scene late last year as a top-class 2-year-old. How have yourself and your dad viewed the way he's improved in his mannerisms and just his overall demeanour?
Yeah, The biggest thing probably with him is just physically, he's muscled up so much and he's really filling out, and he's going to be a beautiful type of horse. And yeah, it was good seeing him in the 14, running through the line so strong. Yeah, looking forward to some of those 3-year-old races later in the year.
Could he be a horse that yourself and your dad potentially take east throughout the summer carnival, or would he be a horse that you look to target at potentially a WA Guineas here locally?
Yeah, he'd probably stay here as a 3-year-old, and yeah, we'll just see how he goes in those big races. Obviously, it's a big step up again to go into 3-year-old company, and you know, now he has to race in those bigger races. So yeah, you see how he measures up, and then we'll yeah, just take it prep by prep.
Well-deserved result. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
There's Jake Casey after the win of Beatty. As I said pre-race, Scott, Sean and Jake Casey, they have been our premier 2-year-old trainers all season long, and they really deserved a big major victory like this. And Beatty, as Darren alluded to, he gets his redemption piece after what occurred in the Karrakatta Plate.
Well, you think about the 2-year-old season, Lockie, and Team Casey, as you're mentioning there. They've won a Pinjarra Magic Millions, they've won a Crystal Slipper Stakes, they've won a Perth Stakes, they've run second in a Karrakatta, they've run second in a Gym Crack, and now they've won a WA Size Produce. What they are doing with their babies year in, year out, and so many of them for Wally Daly in this set of colours, is just incredible. 2, 1, 11 and 10. In the end, the script was written and history was on your side. It's now 10 of the last 12 winners of this race have finished in the top 3 in the Karrakatta Plate, and then marched on a fortnight later to win at 1,400 metres. And it's the same Quinella from the Karrakatta Plate. Today, Beatty turns the tables on a fire of Gidgee Coles. And the fillies then run 3rd and 4th. Lady Talk and Jedi Dream, who were both very good runs in the Karrakatta as well. Willie Pike joins us now to talk all things Beatty. Willie, obviously things didn't go to plan for you in the Karrakatta, but today it looked like he was the ultimate professional.
Yeah, he was. I was just talking to Sean and the connections there. He was just a completely different horse today. Last time, I know we were in the barriers a very long time, but the whole time he was giving me grief. Whereas today, I know we weren't in as long, but he was an absolute cool cat. He didn't care. The horse was playing up a couple of stalls over. He did not care. So I don't know. It's a shame we picked Karrakatta Day to have a bee in the bonnet, but today he was very good.
I know all the attention post-race was on the fact that you were in there for such a long time, but in hindsight, could it have also been it was Shade's first time? They may have just stirred him up.
Honestly, I'm not sure what it was. Could be any number of things, but I'm not actually blaming the amount of time he was in there. He had a bee in his bonnet. The time in the barriers didn't help because the whole time it's a wrestling match, and it's always, you're losing ground the whole time. Maybe if it was a shorter time, I might have won that battle for the split second I needed it. But honestly, if he turns up like he did today, it doesn't matter about his barrier antics because they don't exist. Considering
today the leader was 100 to 1, the Breeze horse was 100 to 1. It looked like they actually got along at a good gallop still. They did. It was a nice gallop, nice even gallop. I was able to sort of track up for a long time. I know they're 100 to 1, but they still got me a long way. So as far as I'm concerned, everything went just about perfect. Karrakatta Plate winners and Size Produce double winners recently. One that comes to mind is Super Smink, and she's been really able to go on with it later in her life. What does this bloke tell you? Is he going to be more than just a 2-year-old? Yeah, I think so. Well, he stretched out to the 14 today. Not all of them can when they're brilliant. They've already sort of floated a northerly sort of race, so that's the perfect type of race for this bloke. Just see how he spells and how he comes back. Yeah, it was a lot of water under the bridge before we get there, but he's definitely looking on that path. Question from everybody watching at home: can Pike win the last? Yeah, I think I can, but obviously got a nice horse. I think he's got his hoof on the till. This is his day to shine if he's going to. He's had those few runs. Hopefully I can do it. Go well. Thanks, mate.
There's Willie Pike, his first Size Produce Stakes in 13 years. He combines with Sean and Jake Casey and Beatty. That is his redemption, and he takes out the WA Size Produce Stakes.